the protein synthesis. A central dogma of protein synthesis is, that is the theme, how to produce the protein. This theme is called the central dogma, and the central dogma of protein synthesis is DNA synthesizes RNA, especially the messenger RNA, and this process is called the transcription. RNA synthesizes the protein. RNA synthesizes the protein is called the central dogma. The synthesis of RNA with the help of DNA is called, the process is called as transcription. Transcription means copy in a written form. The message which is given by the DNA is in the written form. This message is in the written form, in the form of RNA. It's called the transcription. And from RNA, messenger RNA, this messenger RNA is read by that tRNA, and the protein is synthesized with the help of two steps: translation and translocation. Translation and translocation. Translation means the message present on messenger RNA is read by the tRNA. It's called the translation. And translocation means the movement of ribosome toward the stop codon step by step. It's called the translocation. Now we are going towards here. We have to see firstly how that messenger RNA is synthesized from the DNA. You know that this is the nucleus. We have seen that the nucleus, and this nucleus, it contains the DNA. This is the DNA, and DNA wants some kind protein. Suppose this is the cell. In that cell here the nucleus is present. This DNA, it requires the protein and it gives message to that ribosome. Yes, I want that protein. So how that RNAs are synthesized? This process is called the transcription. What is the process? Look at here. Suppose this is the DNA. At some level, at a point, here this DNA produces the loops. And generally this messenger RNA, it is produced on 3' to 5'. It is produced on 3' to 5' because the messenger RNA or the orientation of messenger RNA is always 5' to 3'. So messenger RNA is produced on 3' to 5', and this 3' to 5' DNA or the strand, the single strand is called as the template strand, because the half information is given. It starts at upstream, or it is also called as it starts at a sigma point and it terminates at a rho point. The proteins in the formation of the transcription process, it starts at a sigma point and terminates at a rho point. It requires, what it requires? A promoter is required. A promoter is nothing but a signal sequence of DNA. It is a signal sequence of DNA which is necessary for the RNA polymerase enzyme. Which are the different polymerase enzymes necessary for that RNA polymerase necessary for the RNA synthesis? The first RNA polymerase enzyme is RNA polymerase enzyme first, it produces the ribosomal RNA. RNA polymerase enzyme second, it produces the messenger RNA, and RNA polymerase enzyme third, it produces the tRNA. So these three RNA polymerase enzyme are necessary to synthesize that RNA. So this is the signal sequence. It is called as the promoter. The structural gene is required. This is the structural gene. With the help of that, the RNA is synthesized, and here the enzymes are necessary. Now here, with the help of that promoter, the RNA is synthesized. This is the RNA. It is synthesized by attracting the complementary nucleotide. Here the RNA is synthesized, new strand is synthesized. We have seen in the DNA synthesis or the replication of DNA. So firstly, this RNA is synthesized, and this RNA having the orientation 5' to 3'. But this synthesized RNA, initially it is a non-functional, it is a non-processed. To become it functional, it has to process. What is the process to become it, to convert it into a functional? Because why it is a non-functional? Because it having the introns and the exons. It having the introns and the exons. The functional codons are called as exon, and non-functional codons are called as the introns. These are the non-functional codons. This is the non-functional codon. Here the exons are the functional codon. Introns and the exons are present. So due to that, exon means the functional codon and the introns means the non-functional codons. Functional codon, it code for amino acids, and non-functional codon, they do not code for any amino acid, or there is maybe the disturbances. That's why here the synthesized RNA, it is a non-functional. Initially it is a non-functional. To become it functional, there are the three steps. Which are these three steps? At a 5' end, here methionine guanosine triphosphate molecule is added. Which molecule is added here? Methionine guanosine triphosphate molecule. Guanosine triphosphate molecule is added at a 5' end. At a 5' end, here methionine guanosine triphosphate molecule is added. Introns and the exons are also present here, and this is the 3' end. Though here the methionine guanosine triphosphate molecule is added, this RNA, newly synthesized RNA, it remains non-functional. As it is added at a 5' end, the process is called as the capping. The process is called as the capping. Because it is added at a 5' end, that process is called as the capping. Then what happens? To become or to convert it into a functional, here you know that the introns are present. Introns are the non-functional. They do not code for any amino acids, or they do not, there may be the disturbances. That's why it has to remove. The introns has to be removed. The removal of intron is called as splicing. Here the splicing takes place. The splicing process is that. The removal of intron. Removal of intron is called as the splicing. So the removal of intron takes place. Methylene guanotriphosphate molecule is present at a 5' end, and the second step is the splicing. The removal of intron is called as the splicing. Though here the two process has been done, but it still remains the non-functional. So what happens here? By addition of capping and splicing, here the another process takes place, or the another step it has been done, and the process is called as, at a 3' end, polyadenylene molecule is added. Polyadenylene molecule is added, and this process is called as the tailing. This process is called as the tailing. So with the help of capping, splicing and tailing, the non-functional RNA is converted into a functional or the processed RNA. Now this processed RNA, this is the processed RNA, this processed RNA, it is ready to transmit the or it is ready to carry the message towards the ribosome. So this is the first step, that is the DNA is converted into the messenger RNA and the process is called as the transcription because the message is in a copy written form. That's why the process is called as the transcription with the help of enzyme. Which enzyme? Transcriptase enzyme. The enzyme is required. The enzyme is necessary for synthesis of messenger RNA is the transcriptase enzyme. With the help of transcriptase enzyme, messenger RNA is synthesized from DNA. So the transcriptase enzyme is necessary. So this is the transcription. Then from that messenger RNA, how the protein is synthesized? From that messenger RNA, how the protein is synthesized and the process is called as the translation and the translocation. The first step is the formation of amino acyl complex, tRNA complex. Amino acyl tRNA complex is synthesized. Amino acyl tRNA complex. You know that the cell having the different amino acids, though the amino acids are present in the cytoplasm, they are in inactive form. To become it in active form or to convert into a active form, here in the amino acid, this is suppose this one is the amino acid, the ATP molecule should be added. This is the amino acid. ATP molecule should be added, that is the energy is given to that amino acid and it converts into a active amino acid. Now this active amino acid, this is the active amino acid, suppose this is the active amino acid and here the tRNA, this is the tRNA, it transfers that amino acid toward the messenger RNA wherever the protein is synthesized, that is at the site of that ribosome. So this RNA, this is the RNA which having the anticodon and at a 3' amino acid, activated amino acid is attached and this complex is called the amino acyl tRNA complex. Synthetase enzyme is necessary for that amino acyl tRNA complex, amino acid tRNA complex. So the activated amino acid, it binds to that tRNA and here the complex is produced. What is produced? The complex is produced. Here the complex is produced. This is the complex. Amino acid and the tRNA complex is produced. Now, the second step is, this is the first step. The second step is the initiation step. In that initiation step, what is the first step? Initiation in that formation of ribosome. Ribosome is produced. How that ribosome is produced? You know that there are the subunits of the ribosome. 30S type of ribosome. This is the 30S type of ribosome and here the 50S type of ribosome. This is the 50S type of ribosome. S means the Sedgwick unit. 30S type of ribosome and the 50S type of ribosome, they bind together to produce 70S type of ribosome. Instead of, what is the summation? Look at here, what is the sum of the 30 and 50? 80. But here the 70S type of ribosome is produced. And again, as well as with the help of 40S type of ribosome and the 60S type of ribosome, here the 80S type of ribosome is produced. 80S instead of 100S, 80S type of ribosome is produced. So such type of ribosomes are produced and in that ribosome, here there are the three sites. In that there are the three sites. First site is the A site. Second site is the P site and third site is the E site. A site, it accepts the amino acid of the tRNA complex. It accepts the tRNA complex. P site, peptide bond formation or it is also called the donate. It donates the amino acid. That's why it is called as the P site or the peptide bond formation site. And the E site, from the T site, the ribosome exit. The tRNA exit from that ribosome. tRNA, it exit from that ribosome. That's why it is called as the exit site. The tRNA, it is accepted here, as well as that's why it is called firstly accepted. That's why it is called as the A site. Here the P site, peptide bond formation takes place. That's why it is called as the P site. And E site means the tRNA. tRNA, it exit from that E site. That's why it is called as the E site. So the ribosome has the three sites. Which are these three sites? A site, P site, and the E site. In A site, the tRNA is accepted. tRNA complex is accepted. At a P site, peptide bond formation takes place. You know that the protein is nothing but the polypeptide chain of amino acids. So the peptide bond formation takes place here. That's why it is called the P site. And from that region, here the E site or the tRNA, it exits. Okay. Then what happens? In that initiation, suppose this is the ribosome, and at the ribosome, the messenger RNA, it enters. You know that the messenger RNA having the first codon. Which one is the first codon? AUG is the first codon. It always code for the methionine. Then this is the second codon. This is the second codon. Then here the third codon. This is the third codon, fourth codon, and suppose here the last codon. Suppose here the last codon. The last codons are UAA, UAG, or UGA. These are called the nonsense codon. Why it is called the nonsense codon? Because they do not code for any amino acid. That's why it is called the nonsense codon. Or the protein synthesis stops here. That's why it is called the nonsense codon. Here the first codon is the AUG. Here the protein synthesis starts. AUG demands the methionine, and ribosome it binds, or the messenger RNA it binds on that ribosome, which is synthesized by that DNA. It requires some time of the protein. Whatever may be the protein it requires, such type of the message is given on that messenger RNA, and such messenger RNA it binds on that ribosome. Okay. Then here the messenger RNA it binds with the help of ribosomal RNA, and tRNA translate the message present on that messenger RNA, as well as it brings the amino acids. So the tRNA which is present in that cytoplasm, here it enters here. This is the first tRNA. It brings the amino acid. This is the amino acid, AA1 amino acid. AA1 amino acid is here. This AA1 amino acid, it enters from the tRNA complex. First tRNA complex enter here with anticodon AUG. What is the complementary codon of that A? Is the U. The complementary codon of the U is A, and complementary codon of the G is the C. So UAC anticodon having on that tRNA, as well as it brings the AA1 amino acid, it enters at a P site. So remember that the AA1 tRNA complex enter at a P site. Only AA1 tRNA enters at a P site, and the remaining tRNA or the tRNA complex, it enters at A site. This is the second codon having a AA2 tRNA complex. This is the AA2 tRNA complex. Now these two sites are fulfilled. Look at here. A site as well as the P site, they are fulfilled. What happens here? The remaining codons, they are not translated by the tRNA. Only these two codons, they are translated by tRNA, as well as tRNA brings the amino acid whatever it requires. Now, so the two sides, whenever these two sides are fulfilled, what happens here? This, that is the translation. The first process is the translation. The tRNA translate the message present on that mRNA. So the first step, it has been done as like this. So the translation process, message is translated with the help of tRNA. Along with that, the AA amino acids or the AA2 amino acids it brings in the ribosome, because the ribosome is the actual site of the protein synthesis. Then what happens? How the translocation takes place. So to translate that message, we translate third codon as well as the fourth codon. Here the ribosome it moves toward the stop codon. Ribosome move toward the stop codon one step ahead. Step by step. Look at here. How it moves toward the stop codon. It moves as like this. It moves towards stop codon. Now, this ribosome is at towards the site. It fulfills the two codon, second codon and the third codon. Now this tRNA, AA1 tRNA complex is at a E site. It has to exit from that ribosome. For that purpose, here it hand over its amino acid. It hand over its amino acid to that AA2 complex, and the peptide bond is produced here. Here the peptide bond is produced. Now this AA2 tRNA complex having AA1 amino acid also. Now this tRNA it is a free for the exit. It is a free for exit. It exit from that site. It exit from that site. Here it exit from that site. So the peptide bond is produced in between that AA1 and AA2 amino acids. Now this here, this site is A site is empty. So the tRNA enters, another tRNA complex enters into that site, A site, with along with AA3 complex. Which complex? AA3 amino acid. So this is the AA3 complex. Okay. Now what happens? Now these two sites are fulfilled. These two sites are fulfilled. That's why this ribosome it moves towards the stop codon. It moves towards the stop codon again one step. Again the one step. Again. So this ribosome it moves one step ahead. Now the ribosome having the third codon and the fifth codon. This tRNA complex, it is now at the exit site. It has to exit. That's why here the AA1 amino acid, AA2 amino acid, it is hand over to that P site. Now here the AA2, this tRNA, it exit from that ribosome. It exit from that ribosome. So the tRNA, this tRNA along with that AA3 amino acid, AA2 amino acid and AA1 amino acid. So this tRNA donates its amino acid to that tRNA complex. That's why it is called the donate site. It donates its amino acids. It hands over its amino acid to the tRNA complex. That's why it is called the donate site. Okay, or P site, because here the peptide bond formation takes place. That's why it is called the P site. Why it is called the donate site? Because it donates its amino acid. It hands over its amino acid to that P site. Okay. Then now this site is the empty. This site is empty. Now here the AA4 amino acid, AA4 tRNA complex enters into that site. Along with the AA4 amino acid having a anticodon to that messenger RNA. Now look at here. Now ribosome has to move toward the stop codon. This process is called the translocation. The movement of ribosome toward the stop codon, one step ahead, is called as the translocation. What is the meaning of translocation? The movement of ribosome moves towards stop codon one step ahead is called as the translocation. The move ribosome, get here, from that ribosome, from the one codon, it moves toward the stop codon one step ahead, step by step, not with jumping. So it moves towards one step ahead, and this is called the translocation. Now what happens? Look at here. The ribosome moves towards, now ribosome, it moves toward the stop codon. Now this tRNA, it has to move towards from that exit site. It has to exit from that side. So it had to hold its amino acid to that complex. With the help of that peptide bond formation, it donates its amino acid to that tRNA complex. That's why it is called as the donate, D site. Okay. Now what happens here? Now this A site is the empty. Here the A site is empty. But what happens? No any tRNA complex enter into that site, because the codons are the last codon. Codons are the nonsense codon. Means these codons are, they do not code for any amino acid. That's why this site it remains empty. The site it remains empty. As like this, here the protein is synthesized having AA1, AA1, AA2, AA3, AA4 amino acid. Now what happens? Here the ribosome, this tRNA, it migrates from that ribosome, along with that amino acid, in the cytoplasm, look at here how that takes place. That is this tRNA having AA4 amino acid, AA3 amino acid, AA2 amino acid, and AA1 amino acid. In between that, the peptide bond is produced, and this tRNA again it gets dissolved. That is the cytoplasm having, or cytoplasm get AA4 amino acid, AA3, AA2 amino acid, and AA1, and this polypeptide chain of amino acid is nothing but the protein. Polypeptide chain is nothing but the protein,